Hey guys, hope everyone's well. Just a really quick update. I think I should be jumping for joy, or I'm a little Irish jig, or whatever you want to call it. That was pure fluke, Bren. I was tempted, obviously, just to, like I said in your last, not the last video, but the video before about the plant. It did look like no, it didn't like aloe vera. Aloe vera is a lot thicker, even young plants, and greener, slightly spottier. Um, I was more edging towards the cordyline stroke formium for that. Um, because I know when they die, they tend to send off the little shoots, and I thought he may have taken a cutting from there. The pineapple was just a pure fluke because I've been trying to grow pineapples for. I think I've done it for years, not consistently or anything like that, just giving it a quick go. And I've known a lot of people try it and fail. So well done if you've actually got some to grow, and great if they grow, but that was pure fluke. So on to the topic. It's just a real quick one. It's Sunday. I've got been away, too much to do. I mean, I've come back and I've tried weeding and stuff the veg patch, but it's going to take more than half hour. So this little clip, I really want to do a segment on hydro versus soil. Now I've started. I'm one for doing little projects or just trial and error little things. So like now, I've got tomatoes in soil, a passive hydroponic system, which is basically cocoa and clay pebbles, which is almost like a soil. It's just a nutrient-less soil medium. So it's a soil medium like it's a medium like soil, should I say, but it's got no nutritional benefits whatsoever. So the difference between that and a full hydroponic system, so the Dutch bucket system that I've got running, is there's a slight buffer with the cocoa, whereas with full hydroponics or the Dutch bucket system, if anything was to go wrong, it's almost instantaneously. I mean, not like you flick a switch and it comes on. It's within a day or so, whereas soil takes up to 7 days to show anything. So if there's any problems like nutrient deficiency or anything like that, can take up to 7 days, where hydro it can be within hours. So like if the pH is wrong, it's too much nutrients and all that lot. So without going into it, I'm going to do it next year, just purely for the fact there's a few things I need to do and to get my head around. I have grown hydroponics before, 15 odd years ago, so I need to get up to speed basically. But what I have got at the minute and what I have seen, I'm not sure I'd actually do it. Personally, I think I'll just stick to soil. If I was in a controlled area, so like a controlled greenhouse where the temperature, humidity, and everything was controlled, it would be a lot easier. Your outlay for everything and would be fed back. I don't think it would be a massive profit in it personally, but I'm not doing it for profit. I'm doing it for gardening. So if you are looking at doing this, and you are just a simple gardener, I would just stick to a quality compost and decent food. But that being said, what I've grown at the minute is doing well. I am surprised actually, saying what I've just said, the hydroponics is doing pretty well. It's just the amount of feed that goes into it, the amount of labour intensive compared to the soil. So the soil I'm feeding once a week, and they're doing really well, apart from the ones I'm going to show you in a minute, and I'll explain why. So, they are doing really well, and I don't think there is a huge amount of difference between that and the hydroponics for the input. So just take the full hydroponics, the Dutch bucket system that I've built. You have a pump to make sure that it's not blocked. Then the pipe comes up, which goes into smaller pipes, and they easily block up. Now, if they block up, you have to get them within, if it's really high summer, you have to get them within the day. Make sure, you're checking out every day. Just make sure that they're running, because if you don't, because they're soilless, and especially when they're young, because they've got really small root mass. When the root mass goes down, it's not as bad. But anyway, I don't think for a small gardener, hydroponics is viable personally. I mean, I might change my mind next year or at the end of this year when maybe the yields are higher and you get a lot more from it. So then the time put in and the effort put in is a lot better. I don't know. But at the minute, I think you would be better off with soil, because the ones that I've got in soil and a decent compost are only fed once a week. They are watered during twice a week in height, maybe 3 or 4 times, 3 weeks. So every every other day. So it's 3 times a week when it's really hot, just purely for the fact they're in pots. So yeah, that being said, I'm going to spin you around and I'll show you the plants and I'll show the difference. Now, in the greenhouse, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different varieties of tomatoes, and they are all in the same compost. Now, if you look back on my last update, I think I said it was the compost that was the problem, and I am sticking to that because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 or 9 pots in the B&Q, the Verve bog standard compost, and I've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 6. Ooh, destroying things now. 10 in that organic compost, and the 10 in the organic compost are a lot lighter in colour. They don't look as good as I would expect them to look, and they are fed the same. I may need to feed them a little bit more. I shouldn't, but I might have to. So what I'm going to do is spin you around, and we'll have a look basically. So these are the 6 inside. Now these are in the organic compost. They are really quite spindly. I mean, you could put it down to the fact that there might not be as much light in here, but then that doesn't explain the ones outside that are in the same compost. So these are in the organic compost that I don't think gets finished off enough. And when I've spoke to the guys, they are basically, they're on about an 8-week turnaround for compost. Now that to me is very young, and it's not ready personally, because compost takes a good year to finish, for everything to break down and all the microbes and everything to do its job. So I really don't think they are. I mean, if you just look at these, they're really light in colour, and even that leaf there, it's not looking the best. Now when you have a leaf like that and it starts yellowing from the inside out, it means it's lacking nutrients and not enough in it. If it goes from the outside in, that's too much. Now I just noticed something. I bought, this is a Gardener's Delight, this one here. I bought that the same time as this little bad boy actually. I forgot about him. It's been like that for almost 2 weeks, probably a week or 2. So you can actually see the size difference really. There's a massive difference. There's at least 4 or 5 inches on that one compared to that one. But then if you look at that and the colour of it, and then that one, how green it is, you can see, it gives you a comparison actually. So this one here has been neglected and abused, and it's in, actually it looks like cocoa to be fair, and it's just been fed the same thing, because I just used a watering can to finish off them plants next to us, and it just shows how much compost can actually have an impact on your plants. So let me show you the ones outside. If you have a look here, the aubergine's doing really well. That's the grafted one. The only 1 out of 3 plants that I bought together and paid a £5 each for them. It's the only one. In fact, actually there's a flower coming on now, I've just noticed. It's actually done well. The stuff that's on them, I've just been a bit lazy and splashed it with when I was watering it basically. So here we go. Let's go back to it. So these are the pots. Whoop. Now you can see, I don't know if you can see instantly, but you can see that these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there is 8. I don't know how I can't count. These 8 here are in the the B&Q multi-purpose, and these are in that organic. Hopefully you can see. So out of them 4, it's only this one here that seems to be doing well. If you look at the others, they're all of the same variety, by the way, these ones in these pots, because these are from my neighbour. And they all came out the same, so I'm assuming they're the same variety, to be fair. But when you look at the leaves, they are. So if you look at them, you can actually see how different they are. Look how green these are compared to the one next to it. Right, so back to the hydroponics. So I've swapped these around purely for the fact that these 3 are on that tray. They're all in compost, being fed once a week. 2 on the right are the grafted ones I bought from B&Q. They looked like death when I first bought them. They're cracking on. Look, even that one, look. So these 2, same variety. So it's Shirley. That one's in compost. That one's in cocoa pebbles mix, and I keep it in a dish. Since Wednesday I've fed this a few times. I'm tending to feed these every 2 days. This is the hydroponics one. You can see it's sat in water, so this will get fed twice. It will get fed. 2 days later I'll empty that out and then feed it again. So it's only in that same nutrient for a maximum of 2 days. And it's not doing any harm. By the looks of things, there's a slight height difference. One thing I did notice is that this one is slightly higher than this one, and it's not because it's on that silver tray. It was the same when it was next to it. But as you can see, good compost, fed once a week, and how green they are, and how, if you look at the stems, how thick they are. They're really good. So you see, you can do it as hydroponics, but I think for this distance, or this amount of growth, the amount of work that goes into that one doesn't pay off, personally. But like I said, we'll find out, won't we? So I'm going to pause you. I'm going to take you to the main event, should I say. Actually, before I take you to the main event, I have actually planted tomatoes in the ground. So these tomato plants here are the same as what was in the yellow buckets on the outside, and they've just been left to do what they want to do. And they're not as big, so feeding them once a week does help, but they're greener than the ones in that bad compost. So as you can see, variance of sizes, but they are looking a lot healthier. Right, so I'm at the Dutch bucket system. I will explain in a bit of detail how it goes on, but before I show you the plants, bear in mind these have been in the same amount of time, same variety as the ones outside. So they're the Italian plum, or Italian beef stroke plum that neighbours give me, and there they are. You'll have to look back at the other videos to show you how much these have come across. I mean, I try and find a clip of them actually, but they are extremely healthy, really well. But like I said, the amount of effort that's gone into these compared to, say, just soil is a lot more, basically. As you can see, I did start to spray them, but the spray paint that I got was horrific, absolutely horrific. So I just did the lids and then forgot about it. So how a Dutch bucket system works, if you don't know, you have a reservoir. As you can see, that black pipe that comes up, there's just a small pond pump attached to it. So it comes up, goes straight across. If you see this here, this line, oh, there, that's basically, it goes from a 30mm to a 6mm pipe, and then feeds in, and then waters this area here, and the water drops down, and this plug here is 2 inches from the bottom. So there is consistently 2 inches of liquid in the bottom of that pot. So once the roots from this goes down, if say that pipe was blocked, it's still got some moisture in the bottom. This here is just 2 elbows, there's one on the inside, one on the outside, and a length of pipe, of this pipe, going in. So it's just basically joined either side. So I've got a piece of this pipe, push through that grommet, and then an elbow on either side. And it's classed as a recirculating hydroponics. So basically it goes from there, comes all the way up to the top, goes in there and feeds the plant, comes out and then back down. Pretty simple, to be honest. It's not cost a lot to do. I have now got some proper nutrients for them from a customer, which I was grateful for because they were free. But this is how it works. Basically, you got a net pot, clay pebbles inside, water goes at the top, roots come out the bottom, and that's it. So let's have a look at this one. And I'm amazed, when I left, that's basically maybe a week's worth of roots growth. So let me spin you back round. Okay, so as you can see, everything is rocking and rolling. I can't ask for any more. But on the hydroponic side, you see that system in a second. Oh, you've just seen it just before. They are rocking, basically. They're doing everything they should do. I just feel the input for it is a lot more than somebody probably needs to do on a garden scale, basically. But you know, give it a go. It's pretty simple. The only thing you're going to need for hydroponics as well is a pH and EC meter. pH up, pH down, should I say. You don't really need up because it's the pH, well, where I am, is always too high, so you're always going to need it down. But then if you overdo it, you need up. But you can do it naturally with not vinegar, lemon juice and things like that, but I'd rather just use it's easier, it's more concentrated. You only need for that 150 litre tub that I put in there, or it's actually 100 litres, but I put 50 litres in at a time. I need about 6 drops of pH down, so you know, it's cheap as chips, basically. So yeah, it's surprising what soil makes a difference. You know, it's crazy. You know what I forgot to do an update for? Do I do it? I'm not happy with them. One thing in the garden I'm not happy with, and I did put them in that soil as well. Do I show you? Do I? No, I'm going to leave it. Because I think I may have failed at the beginning. I'm not going to show you them yet. And that's the pumpkins. Yeah, you're not the only one with weak pumpkins, Bren. I may have to go buy some new ones because these are shocking. I don't know what it is. So I didn't send you dud pumpkins, mate. Twice I've not sent you dud pumpkins. I just think, I don't know what it is. I've had problems with, well, I say that. I've had problems with beans, but I've got about 6 or 8 trays here ready to go out, and they're all popped up, but they've taken so long, it's unreal. Pumpkins, what is it with courgettes this year? They're shit. They're shocking. I've not had no decent like courgette plants either. I was hoping next door would give me some to replace the ones that I've lost, but no. So yeah, there's no pumpkin update this week, unfortunately. There's nothing to show. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to bugger off because I've just waffled on for about 20 minutes and you've probably not got a great deal from this. But Hydro V's soil to be continued. It's going well so far. It's just the end results that's going to say everything, isn't it, really? As a home gardener, I don't think it's worth it. Great to play around with, but if you are expecting huge things from it, then I probably wouldn't bother. But then I may eat my own words like I have done quite a few times and so swear by it by the end of the year. There we go. So a few videos coming out next week. I'll catch you guys next time, and I hope everyone has fun. See you guys later. Bye bye.